Okay guys, I think the response for the initial video was really positive. Thanks again. So this is an update on what's going on with the replacement hinges for Yamato's 1/60th scale Perfect Transformation VF-1 Valkyrie toys. I have ordered the next revision. It's going to be a set of 2 parts. This is how you're going to get it. And the pricing for these things when I put them on the market is going to be $10 for 2 hinges. I think that's pretty fair because when I was ordering the replacement parts straight from Japan, it was 1,000 yen plus shipping for the whole, just one whole arm, because you can't just get the hinge. So this is just the hinges. The $10 does not include the shipping. Unfortunately, Shapeways appears to use just a flat rate UPS box, and the one hinge that I got came in this big old box, which I'm pretty sure that, judging by the fact that when I bought the 2 hinges, it cost the same. You can probably order a bunch of these things and it'll still be the same price for UPS. I think they might ship internationally. You can check that. Again, this is all going to be through them. If they don't ship internationally, I will try to do something to get it to international customers. So yeah, basically this whole huge box and just the tiny little bag that the Shapeways bag is in, that the parts will come in. You will not need anything else other than the hinges. We're going to use everything from the stock toy. Before I show you how to just disassemble this, I don't have any new hinges, but I could at least show you how to take it apart, and it's basically the same thing when you put it back together. So I do want to just give another shout out to Sanjeev, who designed the new hinge for me after I sent him one of the spares I had. So check out his website at brownnoise, that's with a Z, .blogspot.com. This is where he's showing off the toys he's working on. He's a big fan of Grendizer and the old Ultimate Muscle figures. Also really big into the vinyls and the kaiju and all that stuff. So pretty cool guy. I've handled his stuff before. It's a lot of small trading figures and big, heavy, magnetized metal figures. So cool stuff. I wouldn't put the magnetized figures near your computer. And also Transformers fans, you might actually know, but he was the guy who designed those clear display stands for the Armada Unicron that you could buy at Big Bad Toy Store. I don't know if there's still some in stock at Big Bad Toy Store, but this is one of his first big successes with aftermarket parts for popular transforming toys. And I think it looks pretty cool. I don't actually have a Unicron myself, but you know, it is pretty neat. It's just a big clear display stand you stick the Unicron in planet mode on top of, and then it looks like he's flying around. So yeah, check out his website. Again, I'll probably put a link in the show notes, and of course maybe an annotation that you can just kind of click right there. Okay. Anyway, all you need to really disassemble one of these toys, and I will show you that as I was testing this one out, the old hinge finally decided to give up completely. As you saw, it was already cracked in the previous video, but yeah, this will still hang on there, but this is obviously less than ideal. Okay, so we're gonna go and show you what's going on. Also, the reason why we're doing another revision, as you can kind of see, is that it's a little tight in here as far as the size of this hinge compared to this one. I mean, the fact that these even fit as well as they do, this one fits as well as it does, like from the first try, is really promising, I think. So again, probably won't take another revision after the one I'm getting in, but again, you know, for the one guy who ordered 2 when I put this one up, but I took it down again. Again, it might not fit 2 new ones, but you know, you could probably just sand these down if they don't. By design, this hinge is designed to have just a little bit of give. That's kind of hard to see, but it does actually have a little bit of a give in and out inside this pivot point right here. Okay, so what you're going to want to do to disassemble this thing is just make sure, just to make this easier, what you can do is use the removable no section gimmick that all these toys already have. And I'm pretty sure on all of these, the legs are not glued into the hip bar here. They're just pushed in with a friction joint. It's fairly tight, so you're not going to worry about it coming out. But if you pull these, try to get a good grip. But use my nerd strength. There we go. All right. So yeah, this is just a basic square slot, and with this end, you can see there's a nub here. Just line up that nub with the side of the slot that has the screw down here, and that's how you get those back on. I'll do it again on this side. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you just got your basic, the whole chest plate area, very simple, and 3 screws, and that's all you really need to do with the main part. So just grab your little Phillips screwdriver, do this screw, and do this screw, and this screw. I'm actually going to show you how to do this on, or just how to change out the, I don't have another revision, or another of the redesigned hinge available. Again, I just got this one part. This is a little slapdash, but I'm just really excited about getting this out. Okay, so yeah, that last one might not come out all the way, but pretty basic. This whole thing is going to, oh yeah, and you do want to do the whole part of the transformation that brings this part out. So you got this, and again, just get that last screw. There we go. Got our 3 tiny little screws. I'm not sure if these are a standard screw, but you know, you're going to use everything that's from the toy. So what we have here, this is the whole pivot point, and you can see here on the new one, see this whole thing moves, and again, there's just a tiny bit of give. Not a lot, but there is a little bit of give in the way it sits in there. So that's kind of why, even if people were to just buy the hinge as it is now, this new one, you could potentially just hollow out this hole just a little bit, and there probably would be enough room for 2 new hinges. But again, we're going with a slightly smaller revised hinge, so that's how it's going to work. So what you're going to do, I'm going to do this on the original. You just take this right here, and try not to lose the screw because you need that. So I'm pretty sure this screw is the same kind as those that are down there. So what happens is you get this cap that you have to take off. It's a little tight in there, but okay. You get the cap. All right, and so here's the piece. The part from Shapeways is basically the same size as this. I mean, I'll show you right here. You can see this whole thing, this thing right there is, again, it's roughly the same, more or less. I mean, the polyamide, not polyamide, sorry, Sanjeev. I'm all about the pronunciation. It does expand a little bit, but again, it's well within the tolerances for the toy, so that's about the same size. So this is a part you will be using, the little ring here. Just be aware that when you put it back on to the new part, that one side has a kind of a sloped divot. Is it concave or convex? I have no idea which. That fits the end of the screw, because the screw is a little cone-shaped head to it. The underside and the other side here is just flat, so that it'll go in here and just kind of rest in there. So that's how it's going to work. And for the pin, and this is the one with the dreaded knurl on it. Now, if this thing is already broken, it's pretty easy to just get these pins out, because you don't have to do much. If now, if this is still on there, like it probably should have been, yeah, so I don't even know if I can get this thing to even cooperate again and pretend like it's not broken. Okay, there it goes. So if this is still on there, what you can do to get it out, like if it's not broken, and again, I don't know why you care about this hinge if it is broken, but I would use like one of these things, or a finishing nail, anything with like a nice tip to it that you can just kind of push the pin through. But the point is that once you get the pin at a point where you can just kind of grab this knurled end, you can take a nail clipper, nail scissors, Walgreens brand, nail trimmer, whatever you call this thing, and you can just grab it with the end here, and it will not actually, and there it goes. You have the little knurled pin, which is terrible and will murder your family. So I haven't, this is basically, again, it's just a little steel 1.5 millimeter diameter steel pin. This one just happens to have the knurl on the end. The one I used in the replacement hinge right here was a just straight regular steel pin. It stays in fine. I don't think it's going to need the knurl. If you're worried if it needs the knurl or not, what I did is I actually already removed, I'm just going to stick this away. What I did is I removed another pin from another hinge, because I guess I have a lot of these things, and I used my handy dandy full of tetanus old ass wire cutter. And what you want to do is you can just stick this into something so you secure it, like a pin vise or a piece of wood or something, and just snip off the end and it'll come off. And I do want to show you that even with this pin cut, it still does have the length to go through the entire hinge. So when you were inserting this in there, I mean, this one isn't even in quite all the way, but I don't really care personally. But if you care, then what you just should do is you can just take the hinge and, try to get it in as good as possible. Just kind of use a wooden block to sort of force it in. Use maybe a mallet, a soft mallet, anything like that. Don't try to hit it too hard. Go in slow. Again, I think the polyamide is pretty strong. I've been assured it's pretty hardy material. So you will be able to, again, use the pin from the actual toy. It's just up to you how you want to get it out there. I'm just showing you an easy way of doing it. So the big thing, though, is getting this part, the other part of the hinge with the ball joint, onto the arm here. So again, this is a pretty basic, ball and socket joint. You can't quite just pull it out and push it back in. The way you get at this is this whole movable shoulder block area it's glued together. However, if you just get your fingernails in there, it is possible to just kind of carefully, and maybe I can do this on camera, maybe I can't, carefully just kind of wiggle it off. Yeah, it's really just a matter of kind of getting both ends over the little nubs that keep it in place. There it goes. You can see it's got a little track on the inside. Make sure that auto zooms right, autofocuses. There we go. And it just goes over these two little circular nubs here. And to get this out, all you do is, again, you grab your little Phillips screwdriver. This is also handy if you want to just kind of adjust the tightness of the ball joints on the shoulders. I did this like when I first got my original Roy Fokker Valkyrie, and there you go. There you go. So this is all you have to do. You just gotta, pop that back in, screw those back in, and then put everything back together. So it's pretty easy, simple operation. Again, these were pretty simple toys, very easy to disassemble, to assemble and disassemble. That's again why it's probably the cheapest of the new modern Valkyries, relatively. New modern Yamato Valkyries. And there is this little rubberized socket inside the ball joint, which helps the friction. And again, if you want to tighten the ball, you can usually just... Actually, yeah, I tightened that up and I was able to get it back in anyway, so... You might want to just loosen again just to pull it out. Yeah, so that's basically what you're going to be doing. Again, doesn't take that long, doesn't certainly take the almost 15 minutes this video has been going on for. And yeah, so I again hope to get these out pretty soon. Questions that have been coming in, can I help the VF-0? Gonna look into that, okay? I just want to make sure that this is all squared away, that people are getting results with this set first before we tackle other Valkyries. I would definitely like to see these all get repaired so that they're all nice and strong and durable again, because as you saw that with this new hinge here, you know, doing this whole transformation is really easy. So yeah. And again, when I was transforming this thing to test this part out, the other irregular hinge just broke off, so I think that's a good indication of how strong this thing is. So yeah, and again, I mean, this might get a little loose over the years, but you could probably just pop the pin out and put a little glue in there and do it up again. Because yeah, it's all about just like little adjustments. It happens to every single toy. I mean, I've had a lot of toys break over the years personally, and I just figured it's a great way. It's great now that we can actually take steps to fix toys that we like. So yeah, this has been Andrew again. I'm gonna post this on the CollectionDX homepage so everyone can see it. I mean, maybe not the homepage just yet. I'll save that for when we got the final production hinge in place. So yeah, so all you're gonna do again is put this whole thing back together. I don't know, play the video backwards to get that figured out. Can you do that these days? I don't know. I don't mess around with YouTube videos that much. So yeah, this will all go back together, and you will have your more durable, playable Yamato 1/60th scale, perfect transformation, VF-1 Valkyrie. Hella long name. Okay, stretching out the video again because I suck at ending things. So yeah, hope to put all this back together off camera. Okay, so good luck, guys. Again, visit Sunji's website. Cool stuff there. And yeah, hopefully we will persist and make some cool toys work again.